Welcome to Code Jargon. In our previous video, we looked at the basic structure in C++, and we spoke about the use of the cout and also the standard library in C++. And I said that in the next video, we are going to look at the use of the cout. So today, we are going to look at the use of the cout and then the cin. That's how we can output data and also receive data from the user. That's the user input in our system. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. In case you've not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel and also turn on the notification button so that anytime we upload a new video, you'll be notified and you'll never miss any video from us. And as we've been trying our best to upload a content every day. Okay, so now without wasting much time, let's get started. So we are going to remove this code here. Let's delete it. Okay, and for me to make my coding easier, I preferred using this namespace st. Yes, so that I can call my cout straight without adding the std : cout. Yes, I don't want to do that. So now let's talk about the cout. When you talk about the cout means character output. Okay, what it does is it allows us to display something or display a message on the console, or it helps us to output a result on the console. Okay, and it's part of the IOStream library. That's the standard library. Okay, so now since we've not used any function or anything from this IOStream library, now it seems like it's inactive. And we've added our using namespace here. This one allows us to go straight and then type cout. So for you to output something on the console, we first call the cout with the help of the less than operator. That's the double less than, and then whatever you want to display on the screen. If you want to display a message, then after the double quote, after the double less than, you have to bring a double quote. Then you terminate it. This one allows you to display a message on the console. So now let's try it here. Type the cout with double less than sign, double quote. Then let's type welcome to Code Jargon. So let's terminate it. Now, this is the output. That's the cout. This is how you use it. You first write your cout. You should make sure that you've added your two or double less than sign here. And if it's a message that you want to display, then you bring your double quote. Then you terminate it. So this one is a statement, and every statement must end with a semicolon. Okay, so now let's execute our code and then see the output. We are supposed to see welcome to Code Jargon here because we've used cout. So now let's run our code. Yes, so now we've successfully used the cout in our project. The next thing we are going to look at is we are going to look at how we can receive a data from the user. That's the input. Now we are done with the O stream. So we are going to look at the I stream. So IO stream, input output stream. So now let's look at the input. How can we accept input from the user? And please pay attention. We are going to use a different way that we can achieve using collecting data from the user. So I'm going to mention something that might sound new to you. No problem. We are going to explain it in a next video. Sorry about that. So now we are going to use something called a variable. Okay, before we can receive an input from the user, we have to first create a variable. And when you talk about a variable, we are talking about a temporal placeholder. Is that store a data? So we are going to create a variable that will store whatever the user will input on the keyboard. Oh, okay, so that's what we are going to do. So for us to create a variable, we are going to tell the kind of data that we are going to store in that container or in that placeholder. That's the variable. So we first have to, okay, now we are going to receive an integer from the user. Then in our variable, we have to specify int, then let's type user input. Okay, then you can give it, because this one is an integer, it should always be a whole number. So let's give it 2. So now we've created our variable. So with this one, we can use the cin to collect whatever the user will enter. Okay, so for us to do that, we have to call the cin, that's the character input, okay, from the user. But instead of using the double less than sign, we are going to use double greater than sign. So double greater than sign. Then we are going to append it to the variable that we created. So we are telling our compiler that wherever the user will enter, store that data into this into this into this variable. Okay, so we are telling our compiler that whatever the user will input from the keyboard, store it into this variable. So now let's terminate it. How would you know that whatever the person entered, that's what we've stored? So let's display the user input. Okay, so let's change the message to enter any number. Okay, so we are going to display the message, and as we've discussed, that if you want to output something, you have to use the cout. So we type cout, then we can then type, let's say you've entered. So now this is how we are going to display. We are going to append the value, okay, the data that we've stored. Okay, so that's what we are. So for us to do that, we have to call another less than sign. Okay, we can call the less than sign as many as we want. Okay, so now then we paste the user input variable here. Okay, so then if we want to add another message to it, we still have to bring the less than sign and then double quote and then okay as your number, then we terminate it. Okay, so now this is what we've done. So let's run our code and then see whether we've been able to use the cout and the cin very well. So we are supposed to first enter any number, and then the user should be able to input the number that he or she likes. Then after that, we are supposed to display the user the number that he or she entered. So we will tell the person you have entered wherever the number is as your number. Okay, so now let's run our code. Okay, so now it says enter any number. Because we are not active in the console, when we type it won't work. So let's click inside it. Yes, now you can see the cursor blinking. So let's type 5. And then before we can proceed, you have to press the enter key to confirm that you are done typing. So we press enter and it says you have entered 6 as your number. Okay, so it means that we've successfully used the cout and the cin in our C++ code. So this is how you can use C++ code to create a simple project. You can try your hands on a lot of things. You can customize this code. Okay, you can do a lot of stuff with this. Okay, so you can go ahead and then also add a lot of C out lines of code and then C in lines of code. In case you get stuck, you can come to the comment section and then you leave it your question there, and we can help you, or anyone can also reply to your comments. So this brings us to the end of today's video. In case you've not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel, okay, so that anytime we upload any video, you will never miss it from us. And also, if you have any suggestions that can help us to improve on this channel, please use the channel email address to reach out to us. And we are going to upload the new video for the variables that we spoke about in this video. Okay, so you should not miss that one too. See you in our next video. Bye bye.